ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì wojire ilẹ̀ yìí ilẹ̀ ẹ̀yà lèkìtì yìí ṣe oyè báyìí mọ̀ dúpọ̀ yìí gbìyànjú sílẹ̀ kámúbàrún olèkìtì ayé mi ń jẹ́ jùyà. Èkìtì lọ́mọ olúṣù àrògùrò bẹ̀wọ̀ ọmọ olóṣè méjì takọ́tabo. Ìgbélárugẹ oúnjẹ àgbẹ̀dàgbàsókè lóríko. Èkìtì ní alára ọgbà ẹ̀dá òye. Ìṣèjọba kan dára ògbáyé gbádùn ara wò. Èkìtì ní alára ọgbà ẹ̀dá òye. Ìgbélárugẹ àṣà àti ìṣe àtúnṣe bí ìgbafẹ́. Èkìtì ní alára ọgbà ẹ̀dá òye.
In Ekiti State, it is not enough to embark on projects and deliver them as it's being experienced all over the state by the current administration, but of equal, if not importance, is the hard work, the transparency, integrity, and due process that backs them. This commitment to due diligence by Governor Biodun Oyèbánjí has made all the agencies saddled with ensuring strict adherence to laid down protocols of project conceptualization, execution, and delivery, the bulwark of support for the successes recorded so far. This episode of the program explores the synergy among these agencies, which has made project delivery seamless and timely in Ekiti State. This is Ekiti on the Move. I am Tunji Saliu.
Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì wojire ilẹ̀ yìí ilẹ̀ ẹ̀yà lèkìtì yìí ṣe oyè báyìí mọ̀ dúpọ̀ yìí gbìyànjú sílẹ̀ kámúbàrún olèkìtì ayé mi ń jẹ́ jùyà. Èkìtì lọ́mọ olúṣù àrògùrò bẹ̀wọ̀ ọmọ olóṣè méjì takọ́tabo.
Ekiti State is rising. A new skyline is taking shape, etched in concrete, steel, and ambition. But before a single foundation is laid, before the first beam is raised, there is a process, a rigorous system of transparency that begins not at the construction site, but in the offices of those who safeguard public trust. This is the story of Governor Biodun Oyèbánjí's unwavering commitment to transparency in project execution. A story told in 3 stages of oversight that begins with the Bureau of Public Procurement, continue with the Office of Transformation and Service Delivery, and culminate in the Governor's personal inspections. Stage 1 begins at the Bureau of Public Procurement, the financial gatekeeper of Ekiti State. Re-established to strengthen its mandate, the BPP serves as the guardian of value for money on every single capital project.
Implementation of the capital budget has to do with the construction of roads, the construction of the building of hospitals, the building of schools, all those projects. And then it is not allowed by Nigerian constitution that all these things should be done haphazardly. So there is a consolidated agency that is in charge of the release, let me call it implementation, the core element of the implementation of that capital budget. We have what we call international pricing standard. In Nigeria, we have what we call the standard national pricing standard. So for instance, there is what we call procurement of works, there is procurement of goods. But you cannot tell us now and say the asphalt that will lead on your road costs X number of naira. And then it will be different from what they are doing it in Osun. They are doing it in Ogun. It's not allowed. It is the duty of us to make sure there is an harmonized, we follow the harmonized pricing with little differences that could be guaranteed by topography and the climate and whatever. But there is the core pricing. So it is our duty to ensure that standard pricing. We want to make sure that there is fair play. If we say we are procuring, there are contractors out there who are engaged in this procurement. We want to make sure that it's not only government cronies that are beneficiaries. We want to make sure that not the people in BBP now use the authority they have to corner, the advantages of this system. No. So it is our duty now to ensure fair play and then to ensure accountability and value for money. And that is where the monitoring comes in.
Ekiti ni alara ngba eda oe. Ekiti ni alara ngba eda oe. Ai go say one come o ni lágbára fáwọn obìnrin tule toko. Ekiti ni alara ngba eda oe.
The process is comprehensive. Every contractor must be duly registered. Every contract must be properly classified, whether it's for services, building, or supply. The Bureau determines the procurement method: direct procurement, direct labor, or competitive bidding. All of it is clearly outlined in the Act.
If it is an open contracting, where we invite contractors to bid, they will pass through the bidding process and then come up with the most responsive contractor. The most responsive. And this most responsive is inclusive of capacity, experience on that job. I mean, if that kind of a job has been implemented by that contractor, do you know what I'm saying? And then we want to look at the financial capacity of that agency. For instance, if the contract we are awarding is running to millions, to billions, we might need an APG, advance payment guarantee, for a bank to stand them that it's not going to mess up on this job. And that is just to allow value for money.
Crucially, while the governor initiates the vision, he does not award contracts. That firewall is critical. It protects the process from political interference and ensures decisions are made on merit, not influence. This fiscal discipline has become the backbone of Governor Oyèbánjí's administration. It is the reason Ekiti can embark on massive infrastructure projects without plunging into reckless borrowing, a testament to prudent management.
I want to say that when it comes to project implementation, this present administration had been blessed. I use the word blessed because Mr. Governor has always been acknowledging this in all the fora, right? And that is the level of resources that the federal government is making available to Ekiti State. And you can see by the infrastructure and the project that are implemented here in Ekiti State, is no joke at all. And that, I feel, has attracted the overwhelming vote of confidence that Ekiti State passed on Mr. Governor in giving him the second term to run. When it comes to the issue of allocation of resources, Mr. Governor has been very, very prudent. I mean, very, very prudent. And we can just be talking of all the projects. The overhead bridge, 80 bedded. You know all the roads across Ekiti State. Board of Internal Revenue, our Board of Internal Revenue agency. You know what the government is doing when it comes to renovation and rehabilitation of hospitals in Ekiti State. You know what government is doing when it comes to renovation and rehabilitation of schools in Ekiti State. And it is not even ending at that. You know of other special projects they are doing here. For instance, one of the reasons why we appreciated Mr. Governor is that we approached him concerning our welfare here. Because this accommodation we are using is very strict. It's very, very strict. If you come here, you see how our officers are lopsided in their offices. And when we see what is happening in other states, we approached him and he gladly approved. And you can see a new building standing there. This is 100% funded by state government. I want to appreciate Mr. Governor for that. And you know that if you see things like that, you will not know the attitude of Mr. Governor to procurement. He doesn't joke with a case at all. And that is the reason why in our own duty post also, we are ready to render our best.
But stage 1, the paperwork, is only the beginning. Once contracts are awarded, the Office of Transformation and Service Delivery (OTSD) takes over for stage 2, physical oversight. While the BPP handles the documentation, the OTSD goes into the field. The OTSD team is on the ground every day, inspecting projects and ensuring contractors deliver what they promised.
In the state, we have the Bureau of Procurement Act, the law that guides all our operation. So that office is saddled with the responsibility to ensure that all items are properly procured according to law, that the vendors are duly registered, passing through the normal channel, that they need to, whether they are to build the roads for us or building or supply, whichever kinds of contracting they are doing. So they are doing fantastic job there in ensuring that all government projects, before being awarded, pass through proper procurement process. After infrastructure, Ekiti spend more heavily on agribusiness, on agriculture and food security. So there are many projects all over the state. So we went around to L-Press project in Ekiti today for monitoring inspection. So we carry that out, week in, week out. Why? Is to ensure that, these projects are carried out to specification, following the bill of quantities or the BEME. If there are civil works, according to BEME, BEME is Bill of Engineering Measurement and Evaluation. And if it's a building project, that the projects are carried out according to Bill of Quantities, the BOQ. And we look at other things there, that even when they are in the BEME or the BOQ, are they properly done? And then are there situations on site that even may set aside, the BEME or the BOQ, and we have to look at it that, for instance, get into a place and we discover, the water table is high, or the terrain is uneven or whatever, and we may need to change the foundation, we may need to change the design at that instance. So we need to get to such a place and write site instruction or call for a meeting of all stakeholders, and that has actually helped us in some of our projects, so that we wouldn't have gone far and then discover that, we need to now go back, and that may cause us maybe pulling down part of the structure before we can get things properly done.
Every inspection follows a strict protocol, checking against the Bill of Quantities and the Bill of Engineering Measurement and Evaluation. But the OTSD does not just check boxes. They look for the unexpected, the high water table, the uneven terrain, the challenges that only appear when you are physically on site, but hidden. This underground oversight ensures that projects are not just built, they are built right. Problems are detected early, saving time, resources, and taxpayers' money.
ilẹ̀ yìí ilẹ̀ yẹ́ lèkìtì ṣe oyè báyìí mọ̀ dúpọ̀ yìí gbìyànjú sílẹ̀ kámúbàrún olèkìtì ayé ló ń jẹ́ jùyà.
Perhaps the most revolutionary tool in this transparency arsenal is the Ekiti dashboard, the first of its kind in the Federation in times of accountability and transparency.
Every project of government is onboarded in the dashboard and showing the total project cost, showing the location, some with GPRS photograph, some with a video short clip, the location, the amount, and all kinds of details that needs to be known about that project. You can see it on the dashboard, and we have over like 750 projects from the inception of this administration on that dashboard. So when the election was near and the opposition was saying all kinds of things, that was one of the things this office used to answer the opposition. Oh, well, the JGR of Ekiti or the FAC allocation in 3 years is amounting to this. Where has the government, where has the money, where has the fund, where has it gone? And we are able to tell them, go to the dashboard. Because the dashboard will not only mention the project, you see the amount of the project there, you see even the percentage, you see even the ones that have been completed. So if you do a simple mathematics and you add this up, and we say our capital project is also so, add it up and then it will give you something of where the money, the funds of Ekiti, that fund is going.
So, when questions about where the funds had gone, the administration had a simple answer: the Ekiti dashboard. Stage 3 is perhaps the most powerful demonstration of Governor Umahi's commitment to transparency. Despite having two agencies of government on the project, the BPP and the OTSD, the governor himself takes time to personally inspect them, ensuring quality delivery with his own eyes. His personal inspections span every corner of the state, from road projects linking multiple local governments to agricultural initiatives, from water projects to healthcare facilities. Nothing escapes his attention.
And I feel excited by the pace of work and by the quality. This is real value for money, and I must commend all the contractors and government offices and officials that are in charge of this project. But what gladdens my heart is not even that it's going to be delivered. It's the impact that it's going to have on the people of Ekiti State. It joined me to visit the project we are doing at the hospital, the 80-bed hospital complex, which will improve health outcomes in Ekiti State and also increase the number of patients that tertiary institutions facility can take on board, and the ambience of the environment. I'm so excited because we are bringing the best to our people.
The results speak for themselves. Communities that had no electricity for 9 years now have constant power. Roads that were impassable for a decade have been repaired. The people have responded.
We normally go out week in, week out to look at projects, and we find out, we interview people. Ekiti people, they actually are elated. They are happy that intervention of government has reached their places. Virtually all local governments are touched, rejoicing, because some people, they have not had electricity in their area like 9 years, 5 years, but now they have constant electricity where they have not been able to pass through, like in my hometown, Ekiti, Ipere, Iludu Road. I've been for like 10 years. Certain portion of it during the rainy season is impassable, even by motorcycle. Now from Ido to Ipere, it's asphalted, and the road will continue to Iludu, and and that's a place you can pass through to Kwara from Ekiti. So you see that people are elated, and the onus now government, because there's more expectation that the governor had to deliver more than the first time in this second term, because the people of Ekiti has given him that mandate for a candidate of a party to score 85.7% of total vote cast. That shows that virtually the whole state is saying we pass vote of confidence in your leadership, and we want to do more. So the expectation is high, the stakes are high, and I believe the governor will steer the ship of state aright to endear the people of Ekiti to himself and to his party.
Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì wójúire, ilẹ̀ yìí ilẹ̀ yá lèkìtì yìí ṣe, oyè báyìí mọ̀ túbọ̀ yìí gbìyànjú sílẹ̀, kámúbàrún olèkìtì ayé ló ń jẹ́ jùyà. Èkìtì lọ́mọ olúṣù àrògùrò, bẹ̀wọ̀ ọmọ ló ṣe méjì takọtabo. Ìgbélárugẹ ó yẹ.
The evidence of this three-stage transparency system is written across the landscape of Ekiti State. The Ikere-Igbaraodo Road has been completed and commissioned. The Ikere-Ilawe Road is open. The Ekiti Cargo International Airport is operational, a powerful symbol of the governor's completion of ongoing projects policy. In healthcare, the completion of the 80-bed hospital at the Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital, EKSUT, is imminent, about 80% completed. The pediatric hospital is over 50% complete. These facilities will dramatically improve healthcare delivery. Perhaps the greatest legacy of Governor Oyebanji's administration is the institutionalization of this culture of transparency. The system are designed to outlast any administration. The Bureau of Public Procurement is more than a bureaucratic office. The Office of Transformation and Service Delivery is more than a monitoring agency, and the governor's personal inspections are more than photo opportunities. Together, they form a three-stage system of transparency, a complete architecture of accountability that begins with procurement, continues with oversight, and culminates in personal leadership. They are the engine of the shared prosperity mantra, the steadfast guardians of public trust, ensuring that Ekiti State does not just build, but builds wisely. This is the foundation upon which a new, prosperous Ekiti is being forged, not just for today, but for generations to come.
Now, one can understand why Ekiti State and this administration, under the leadership of His Excellency Biodun Oyebanji, have won more than a couple of awards from monetary agencies and media houses like Budget, Governance Accountability and Transparency Index, Vanguard newspapers in the areas of accountability and transparency. It is a case of one good head and a multiple complementing professionals and agencies delivering dividends of democracy in a most ethical manner. It is the Ekiti model. This is where we'll be drawing the curtain on the program for this week. Join us for another episode next week because the beat goes on. You can watch this episode again as well as the previous ones on our social media platforms showing on your screen. Thanks for watching and bye for now.
ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì wójúre ilẹ̀ yìí ilẹ̀ ẹ̀yà lèkìtì ṣe oyè báyìí mọ̀ dúpọ̀ yìí gbìyànjú sílẹ̀ kámúbàrún olèkìtì ayélujára jùyà.